morning, Real Life Church. I'm excited to bring to you our last chapter of Ephesians, chapter 6. And as you well know, that Paul is locked up in prison now. He is writing letters to churches to help give them encouragement, direction, and even rebuke at times to many of these churches he had visited during his ministry. And this particular church, Ephesus, he had actually spent a lot of time with. But he may have not actually known the people he was writing this letter to. And this could be for various reasons. One could be that many people had died, that he had known had died of martyrdom for Jesus Christ. It could be that a lot of people had moved on to different areas of ministry and bringing the gospel to the whole world. Or it could just be that there was a new leadership in Ephesus, and they were young and they were growing, and Paul wanted to encourage them. Whichever way, the Holy Spirit was encouraging Paul to write the letter to the church in Ephesus. And he concludes his letter with this final chapter, where he starts instructing the church on relationships between parents and children, with slaves and masters. And in his final word, he talks about putting on the full armor of God. We'll talk more about the individual pieces of the armor later, but first let's get to talking about the reason why we need the armor in the first place. Paul says to put on the full armor of God to stand against the enemy's schemes in verse 11. As Christians, we tend to forget that we have an enemy at times. And that is precisely what he wants a church to feel. He wants the church to feel unprepared for battle. He wants the church to feel naked, to feel vulnerable. Isaiah 59:19 says that the enemy comes in like a flood. He wants to come in slowly into our lives, or he wants to just fully engulf our lives and take control of our lives so that we can feel unprepared, unready to take on the schemes, and we can fall back into the ways of this world. James says that if we resist the devil, he will flee. And today we need to know that there is a devil. And too many Christians have relegated our enemy as this torture prison guard who lives in hell and tortures evil people that have been sent there. Or even worse, they don't even believe in him. But he is real. And if he isn't real, or if he's just a prison guard torturing people in hell, then there is no need for the armor of God. We don't need to be prepared for his attacks of the mind, his attacks of our heart. We don't need to be prepared for what the devil is going to do, because he is unreal, or he doesn't have that kind of power. But he does. Today, as you read through this final chapter of Ephesians, as we come to the end of our fast, begin by preparing yourself, understanding that we do have an enemy, and he is out to get our souls. And he's not in hell torturing evil people that have passed on. He is real. But you know what? God is real. And he's asking us to put on the full armor.